All right, everybody, at a very loud drum floor at NAMM 2020 with Tim from Paiste. There's all kinds of stuff going on in the booth right now. Nico McBrain's here, Dave Lombardo, all kinds of great drummers. Paiste, from Paiste fame are hanging out at the booth. It's a busy time, of course, but Tim's going to take a little bit of time here to tell us about what's going on for 2020.
Sure. Welcome. The gist of the NAMM show for 2020 for Paiste is some reintroductions of our 602. We introduced that line several years ago. We reintroduced it several years ago, and it's been very successful for us. So what we thought we would do is bring back some of the most requested cymbals from the legacy era of the 602s. In addition, we added some models in that fit in with the cymbals we already make. So we added a 20-inch paper thin to match the 16 and 18 that already exist. We added a 17 and 19 thin crashes, but then we also added the whole batch of medium. So 16, 17, 18, 19, and 20 medium. And these are true multifunctional cymbals. They can be a crash, they can be a ride, they can be whatever you want them to be as a drummer. Yeah. And we also added heavy cymbals.
So I got a quick question for you. When did the original, for people that don't know, when would the original 602s come out?
Sure, the 602s started in 1959. And they existed all through the 80s. And then kind of by the mid-80s, we had introduced the Signature series, and the 2002 line was incredibly strong. So that line became a little bit less interesting to a lot of drummers. But then over the decades, people kept coming back and coming back.
Want to hear that sound again,
looking for that classic sound because they record perfectly. They sit in a mix perfectly. So we brought them back, and we used the original masters from the cymbals from the 50s to make the new ones. So these are true 602 reproductions. They're not just in name. They're the true sound of those cymbals that were so legendary.
That's great news, man. Can't wait to hear them. We'll start here.
So this is the 17 and 19 thin crash that come in and complement the 16, 18, 20 that already exist.
What I can tell, even with all this cacophony going on around me, is that they have a warmth to them.
Completely.
And well, definitely you can hear the musicality, right? And there's a nice buttery feel in the stick too.
Yeah, well, it's our job to make musical instruments. So we want them to be, we want them to be able to cut through a mix really well, but also sit beautifully within the music. So for sure, 602s have always been that. So these are the 16 through 20 mediums. So 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, and again, they're true multifunctional cymbals. So not strictly crashes, not strictly rides. You as the artist get to choose what you want to do with those instruments.
You can hear the bigness come out a little bit more, with a little bit thicker, yeah. Oh, that one's beautiful there. Yeah, you get that kind of, I can't even do it with all the noise over that kind of thing. Once the stick hits it, the cymbal just kind of explodes from small to big very quickly.
Yeah, and you can use them at a lot of different volume levels. Jason Sutter is using them on arenas with Cher, but you can play them quietly and you can play them louder. So they're pretty wide-ranging application for a cymbal. So the heavy again is a multi-function cymbal, obviously much heavier for much louder players.
All right, let's see what it sounds like. And it, obviously because it's it has a heavier feel in the stick too, yeah. Nice sound from the tip of the stick for sure. Yeah, man, great feeling stuff.
So in addition to the heavy cymbals, we also have heavy hi-hats in 14-15. We added the sound edge hi-hats because these were one of the most requested things in our lineup in 15. And then also for an effect, we have a heavy bell, which goes back to the early days. Nico McBrain made it famous, and now it's back.
Beautiful. Love Sound Edge, man. My very first professional set of hi-hats were 2002 Sound Edges when I was 10 or 11 years old. That was great. I also think, maybe you tell me if you agree, that bigger hi-hats. I mean, they're a thing now for sure, but
Huge, yeah.
but they're very musical, and I just love the 15s and bigger.
They tend to sit really well in a mix.
Yeah.
Because sometimes smaller hats are really bitey.
Yeah.
And these give you the cut of those smaller hats, but also the warmth of something much larger.
And I love the way they feel in the hand too, especially when you have the cymbals open and you're really banging on them hard.
They give you a lot of sound.
Awesome. A lot of great stuff here, Tim. Thanks, man. And obviously you guys still have a little bit of everything that you've had out for a lot of years now. Your
Yeah.
Rudes and your signatures and all kinds of stuff still.
Yeah, it's our job to have the widest sound palette available. So we have the brightest cymbals and signatures in 2002s, and now we have the warmer cymbals and masters and traditionals. So for people that come to Sweetwater, they can have the best of all of it.
Thank you so much for taking the time.
Thank
And
you.
this loud, and I hope you have a great show.
I will.
And your voice holds up for the next 4 days. All right. Thanks for watching, everybody.
Thank you.